Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, we are going to be jumping down the rabbit hole, going over fundamentals, showing you all that these infrastructure providers like Ripple, like Hedera, like the XDC network that are building out the new financial system, or at least helping do so, are for a fact going to be utilized to some degree in the future moving forward. And in today's video breakdown, I'm going to attempt my best to show you all that is happening behind the scenes. So with that being said, if you all enjoy video breakdowns like this, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. It does help this platform grow, and it does boost the algorithm, pushing these video breakdowns out to more individuals like yourselves. I'm going to try a little bit of a different display here for you guys, so let me know in the comments down below if you all enjoy this type of display, and if not, I'll go back to the old way of sharing my screen. But we're going to full circle back to this, where on the Australian government home web page, they literally talk about the digital asset XRP. So we'll full circle back to this one. I actually want to start off discussing and talking to you guys about DeFi. Before we jump down the fundamental rabbit hole and start to play some video clips, we are going to start here to get you guys to see the bigger picture, how early we are in this space. So this is a fundamental report from Convera, discussing and talking about how currently there are only 5 to 7 million active DeFi users, and that by 2028, the number is set to grow to 22 million users. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but in a previous post on X, I mentioned to you guys that the DeFi ecosystems on the XDC network, HBAR, Stellar, and the XRPL are going to grow significantly over time. Here you guys can see some snippets from this report. This is the FinTech 2025 Plus report, Trends, Technology, and Transformation in Global Commerce. You can see them mentioned right here. By 2028, the number of DeFi users is expected to hit 22 million. And here it goes on to talk about the DeFi world and whatnot. So again, I just wanted to show you all how early we are in this space. It is absolutely crucial that you guys start to pay attention and learn how to utilize your digital assets to start earning yield for you, because these banks and financial institutions are doing just that. And I'm going to show you that again in today's video breakdown. So here is a fundamental post that I put out to you all saying, banks are 110% aware that they can receive a much higher annual yield with these new digital technologies. For example, this is a fundamental post that came out just 2 weeks ago, so it's relatively fresh, from the XDC network, talking about how they are leading real-world asset tokenization. The first Brazilian on-chain dollar linked to token paying a 9.2% annual yield on a year by Mercado Bitcoin. I'm not too entirely sure what this exchange is right here, but it says Mercado Bitcoin, the largest digital asset platform in Latin America, has made its first on-chain sale of digital fixed income tokens on the international platform using TradeFinex technology powered by the XDC network. We'll fast forward right down here, okay, just to show you guys that they are looking to earn yield on their digital assets in this new digital ecosystem that present a much higher annual yield than traditional finance. It says right here, the dollar token matures in 3 months with a 9.2% yearly return. You guys can see that right there, a significantly higher percentage when compared to US Treasury bonds, which tracks the country's interest rate of 5.25 and 5.5% per year. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you all this is you can actually go in and you can see in upcoming webinars. For example, this is the Bitcoin Ethereum webinar that's set to come out by the DACFP, a Franklin Templeton presentation, Digital Asset Council of Financial Professionals. Okay. This is an event set to come out September 10th, 2024. Lots of financial participants coming to this event. You can see right here, Franklin Templeton will be attending this event, and look at some of their talking points, right? Even here, upcoming events, you can read about this. They have an upcoming event on the 9th of October, 2024. It's a virtual event, but look at what they're going to be talking about. It says right here, crypto for RIAs, yield, staking, lending, and custody. See what is beyond the spot Bitcoin ETFs. You cannot make this stuff up. This is 110% proof that these financial institutions want to earn a higher yield. They know, and when one financial institution starts earning a higher yield on their digital assets in this new digital economy, they're all going to come flooding in, because if not, they will not remain competitive. The ones that don't adopt these new digital technologies will not remain competitive. If, for example, Bank of America is earning 12% plus APR and Wells Fargo still back in the days earning 5%, they're not going to remain competitive. Okay, so just keep that in mind. These financial institutions are 110% coming. I thought that real fast, I briefly go over this one because in this interview on air, on the public media platforms, they talk about this. This is an interview, tokenization, revolutionizing asset ownership with Charles Atkins, the president of Hedera. And I said in this post that DeFi takes to the mainstream stage, but most likely people are missing this information because what's being pumped out to the masses right now? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. For example, the crypto fear and greed index, as of time of recording this video breakdown, is hovering at around 27. There's mass hysteria in the markets with the Japanese yen unwinding that took place the past 2 weeks, recessionary fears possibly unfolding, and the overall geopolitical landscape with the Middle East tensions creating more of a demand for safe haven assets like gold that just recently hit a new all-time high. People are not paying attention to the opportunities in DeFi right now because they're distracted by these mainstream sources pumping fear into your minds. Don't pay attention to that. Understand the opportunities that are readily available to you all. So if you click on this link that I provided to you guys just, I believe it was yesterday. Yep, August 15, 2024. Today, as of time of recording, I don't know when I will release this video, but it is August 16th. So this is that a news report, and I want you all to listen to what this individual representative says. Take a second and listen. Oh, just kidding. Hold on. Let me share my screen with you guys because I know that you can't hear it that way. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Slow that down.
Tokenization turns real-world assets into digital tokens on a blockchain. The path to mainstream adoption faces several hurdles, not to mention regulatory challenges when it comes to DeFi. Now, using blockchain to represent RWA ownership is a growing trend in crypto. BlackRock's new fund, which holds U.S. treasuries, quickly amassed $500 million since its March launch. Tokenized funds offer benefits for investors and efficiency gains for issuers. This morning, I'm joined by Charles Atkins, president at Hedera. Charles, thank you so much for joining me. Now, first and foremost, Hedera is an open source proof of stake public network for creating decentralized applications. It does provide smart contracts as well as consensus and token management, and it is known for its energy efficiency. So I want to get your take on financial giants such as BlackRock, Fidelity, getting into the game with tokenization. Tell me how you think it's affecting this idea of decentralizing traditional finance.
Yeah, thank you first of all for having me. I think the entries of BlackRock, Fidelity, the financial giants that we see, their involvement does have a lot of positives. It brings a lot of financial legitimacy to the real world asset tokenization game. So they provide a lot of credibility, a lot of stability in the market, and really it helps accelerate the mainstream adoption. When people start hearing about this through names that they already know and trust, they're probably going to dig deeper into what it is that platforms, blockchains, and DLTs are actually doing in the space. On the other hand, their presence does have, its concerns that come with centralizations, but what we do hope is that they won't go to the point of exerting any considerable influence over the industry.
Okay, so I won't take it any further. I wanted to point out a couple things. All right, look at what it says right here. It says impact of financial giants on DeFi. All right, it doesn't say on crypto. It says on DeFi. DeFi is a new trend. Pay attention to the trends in the market and jump on them before the masses come. As you heard this individual representative say, well, the lady, she went on to talk about the benefits of individual users onboarding into the space, efficiency gains, which I just, focused your attention on. You guys saw 9.2% XTC network is providing to the organization in Brazil, right? These financial institutions know that they can get a higher yield. And just like this individual said, what's his name? Charles, I have a butcher, I don't want to butcher his name. Charles Atkins, okay? President of Hedera. He said, when people start hearing about this through these mainstream platforms and through organizations that they trust, they're going to onboard. Keep in mind what I just showed you guys, okay? I just showed you guys. Let me present my screen to you all again. Let's stop this and let's go back to the regular share. I just showed you guys the number of individuals that are in the DeFi space right now, 5 to 7 million, right? And it's projected to grow to 22 million by 2028. You are at the forefront, right? I showed you guys this fundamental piece when we first started, and you just heard Charles Atkins say on a public social media platform, or not social media, a public media platform that the mainstream watches, that user adoption is going to continue to grow. And you can see the statistics, okay? You want to be at the forefront. You don't want to get in after everybody has onboarded. You don't want to get into DeFi when these numbers hit 22 million. You want to get in now while they're at 5 to 7 million active DeFi users, while the space is new and nascent, all right? So I just thought that I'd touch base on that. Let's jump into some more fundamentals. So this one was very interesting. Shout out to the CYPRX researchers for this one. This is from July 31st, 2024. So within the last month, Ministry of Finance, Public of Palau, National Government Payment Service Project Phase 2A report. Let's zoom in on this, okay? Because it mentions Ripple in this report, and that's going to lead us to playing a video clip from just 8 months ago. Only has 148 views of the Ripple CBDC showcase, redefining the financial landscape, where they go on to talk about how they are partnered with central banks on a global scale, some that they've announced publicly and some that they have not. And then they also go on to talk about how in the near future, they see a future where stablecoins, CBDCs, and cryptocurrencies alike coexist in a mature ecosystem moving forward. So let's go back to this. And we're going to just scroll right down here. We're going to read one page, and it is the executive summary. And it says, the Ministry of Finance of the Republic of Palau has successfully completed Phase 2A of the National Government Payment Service Project, also known as the Palau Stablecoin Program. This phase focuses on evaluating the potential for a national payment service ecosystem in Palau, in partnership with Ripple's central bank digital currencies and central bank engagement team. The project utilized Ripple's blockchain technology to explore the feasibility of integrating a tokenized US dollar into Palau's infrastructure. The goal of this phase was to develop the framework for a convenient, cost-effective national payment ecosystem similar to PayPal and Alipay. Now, again, they utilized Ripple's blockchain technology. We're going to get into a video discussion showing you guys that Ripple is for a fact an infrastructure provider, and you can clearly see that through them partnering with major central banks, all right? It says the proposed system, this is crazy right here. The proposed system aims to reduce the physical use of cash. What? Haven't the researchers and all the conspiracy theories told you that this is happening? Yet here, this is directly from the Ministry of Finance of the Republic of Palau. Okay? You cannot make this up. This is not a freaking conspiracy theory, people. If you're tapped in, you know what's going to unfold over the next consecutive couple of years. They're also aiming to decrease fuel consumption and travel time, and offer lower fees than current electronic payment services. Additionally, revenue generated from the system will support infrastructure projects and national programs. So I just wanted to show you guys that when researchers like myself and others out there tell you that they're trying to get rid of cash, that is not some make-believe concept. That is actually happening. It's unfolding behind the scenes. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not. It is, and here is proof in that pudding. So now let me reshare screen with you guys, and I just want to show you all this video clip real fast. I've played this in previous video breakdowns, but just to reiterate, Ripple is for a fact going to be a major infrastructure provider in this new digital asset ecosystem moving forward. So let's go in, let's stop this share, and let's go and share the way that you guys can hear it, so that way you can actually hear the audio. And we're going to play two clips from this, so just take a second and let's listen.
Received from different third-party analyst groups. And nothing is more important to us than the partnerships that we've built with different countries. We're honored to be working globally with many central banks. I think we've publicly released 6 governments that we're working with. Most recently, we announced a partnership with the National Bank of Georgia. We're honored to be working with them. We have several others that we're working with privately. All of those projects are unique and different.
Right. So some that they've mentioned publicly, others that they're keeping on the back sheet that they have not yet announced. That just goes to show that Ripple's network, the infrastructure layer that they're building right now, is for a fact happening. Now, I want to play another video clip from this at 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Keep in mind, remember, nobody's paying attention to this type of content. This video has 148 views. We're going to go to 5 minutes and 32 seconds, and I want you to hear him say, because remember, there's been a lot of smoke in the community, a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt that CBDCs and stablecoins are going to replace crypto. No. The infrastructure provider, i.e. Ripple, working with central banks across the board, are physically telling you on stage that in the future, there is going to be an environment where regulated cryptocurrencies cooperate and coexist with stablecoins and CBDCs. All right, so take a second and listen. And again, I'm just attempting to show you this information so that you are not fearful, and instead you take an educated and mature approach to these markets and you understand the landscape that is unfolding before your eyes.
Whitlocks of the ECB talk about different ways that the digital euro will be accessible in the Eurozone. I think she mentioned 3 different ways. One was through an ECB-issued wallet. One would be through a bank-issued wallet. And then the third was sort of on a card concept. And when I heard that, I internalized the complexity of that ecosystem and what will be required. And that's what we think about at Ripple. We think about a CBDC as a full ecosystem that encompasses different instruments, different actors, and ultimately different use cases. So when we think about different instruments, yes, we're talking about central bank digital currency. We're also talking about private money. We're talking about stablecoin, tokenized deposit. We might be talking about native cryptocurrencies. All of these things we anticipate coexisting in some fashion in a mature marketplace, subject to regulatory frameworks.
See, we believe that all of these things will coexist in a mature market environment in the future. To sum it all up, right? Pay attention to detail. This is why a vast majority of crypto influencers online will try to manipulate you into believing that crypto is going to go away or that they're not going to utilize the digital asset XRP because Ripple created a stable coin. No. Listen to the representatives. They tell you this stuff so that way you don't have to go and try to fine-tune yourself with all these ignorant crypto researchers out there that are just pumping fake news out to you guys. Okay. Now, the reason why I like what he said about their partnership with central banks and why we're so fixated on DeFi here at CYPRX and why I continuously stress that you all pay attention to the opportunities in the DeFi ecosystem in the now. We're going to take a second and we're going to listen to another video clip of the co-founder and the CTO of Persist. I'm not too sure. I think it's just Persist Technology. Okay, take a second. We're going to listen to this gentleman, this individual representative, Andrea Carrera, and listen to what he says about them building out the EVM sidechain on the XRPL, how there's never been a DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL before, which we've also touched on in previous video breakdowns to try to show you guys that DeFi to XRP enthusiast is relatively new compared to individuals in the Ethereum community who have had a DeFi ecosystem, i.e. Ethereum being one of the most well-developed DeFi ecosystems out there. They've been able to go out and lend and borrow against their Ethereum. They've been able to go and provide liquidity and liquidity pools on their Ethereum. They've been able to do all these kinds of things, staking, so on and so forth. Well, for the first time ever, that ecosystem is being built out on the XRPL. And listen to what this individual says about how they've been partnering and working with central banks and financial institutions. Take a second and let's listen to this gentleman.
I'm Andrea Carrera. I'm the CTO of Persist Technology, which is a dev shop based in Barcelona and now in Andorra. And we basically do blockchain projects since 2019. And we've been working with XRP Ledger pretty recently with very cool projects such as the EVM sidechain and some central banks' institutional work. So we've been working on the EVM sidechain for almost 2 years now. And there are many reasons why we need the EVM sidechain. I would say the first one is because we are opening the programmability doors on the XRP Ledger. XRP Ledger has not been able to be programmed. You cannot deploy smart contracts on the XRP Ledger in his entire lifespan. And now we are opening the doors for that to be possible. So,
okay, I'll leave it right there. 62 views on this freaking video breakdown, ladies and gentlemen, which goes to show that nobody in the XRP community is tapped into this information. 62 views. He just confirmed that this has never been available in the lifespan of the XRPL. But for the first time ever, this is now unfolding. He also talked about how they are partnering with central banks and financial institutions. Okay. And you just heard the other Ripple representative mention how they are partnered with central banks, some of which they've announced publicly, some of which they haven't. I showed you all as well the partnership right here. This new project just came into phase 2. It has completely been done. July 31st, 2024. And you see Ripple's involvement in this. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. This is now 3 physical examples showing you guys that at some degree, Ripple is an infrastructure provider. Now, we're going to touch on this. Let's stop sharing screen. And let me go back in so you guys can re-see this window. And then we have 1, maybe 2 more video clips for you guys. I think we got a Brad Garlinghouse clip and we got another individual talking about something very important on stage that I want to bring to everybody's attention, which is them confirming that infrastructure providers will be utilized in the future. So let's share screen. And we can see this is actually directly from the Ripple website. And this came out with Ripple Ripple website. Say that 5 times fast. August 9th, 2024. A new era of stablecoins. Ripple USD begins testing on the XRP ledger mainnet. And here, I just wanted you all to see that it says Ripple is excited to announce we have begun beta testing Ripple USD or RLUSD onto the XRP ledger and the Ethereum mainnet. This is a significant milestone and a step closer to bringing more high-quality assets onto the XRPL, driving new opportunities, liquidity, and institutional use cases for users, developers, and applications. The mainnet version of Ripple USD is also available on Ethereum, with plans to expand to additional blockchains in decentralized finance, i.e. DeFi, right? You guys can see that. It literally says DeFi right there, okay? Now, let's move on. I don't want to waste any more time on this. I'm sure other individuals have talked about this. It's very simplistic to see that the digital asset, XRP is not going to be replaced. It is going to work alongside, again, alongside the digital asset XRP, or the Ripple stablecoin. And it says right here, it literally says it in this post. Ripple will use both RLUSD and XRP in its cross-border payment solution. Okay. Now, keep in mind, we've been fixated on governments working with Ripple announcing that. Look at what the researchers found in the CYPRX community. This is just mind-boggling to me. We know individual representatives from Ripple have deep connections in Australia, right? For example, I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head. Rahul Advani, okay? Australia government, deep connections. Just go look up Rahul Advani and look up just go check out his LinkedIn profile. It'll behoove you to go do so to back up what I'm saying, all right? Australian government, Australian Taxation Office. This is directly from the ato.gov.au, all right? And this is updated the 16th of June, 2024. So this is updated. This is not outdated. This is not like me showing you something from back 2019, okay? Look at what it says right down here. So you go and you click crypto asset transactions with gift cards for debit cards, right? And right here, it gives an example. It says using a gift card denominated in crypto assets. Olivia has a gift card denominated in XRP, a type of crypto asset. Olivia paid 500 XRP to acquire the gift card, and it has an available balance of 500 XRP. At the time Olivia acquired the gift card, XRP had a market value of $1. Olivia used the gift card to buy a guitar costing 400 XRP. At the time Olivia acquires the guitar, XRP had a market value of 0.95 cents. Olivia has a capital loss of $20 and remaining balance of 100 XRP on the gift card. So it literally uses XRP, in a sense, being utilized as a means of payment here on a gift card, straight from the Australian government. At the end of the day, speculate what it is that you want to speculate on, but why? Why would they have this? They could choose any of the other thousands of cryptocurrencies or digital assets out there, yet they chose to utilize XRP as an example. I'll let you guys speculate on that, okay? Let's move on. I have 2 more video clips. I don't want to drag this on too much longer. We're almost going on 25 minutes here, okay? So let's go in, and I want to share screen, and I just want to play this gentleman here. I want you to hear him say that the infrastructure providers will be utilized. Now, you're going to have to listen carefully because it seems like his mic was kind of a little bit off his chest, and his voice is very low. So maybe turn up the volume a little bit. I'll try to fix and tweak the audio, but I want you guys to listen to what he says. And then we're going to play a video clip from Brad Garlinghouse confirming that they are infrastructure provider. And then we're going to cut it there. If you've enjoyed this video breakdown so far, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. We do appreciate the love and the support. If you've enjoyed this type of deep research and you want access to it, all this information is readily available inside our CYPRX research chat, inside the private Discord. You guys can visit CYPRXtrading.com. Thousands of hours of research, crypto-related research that never reaches the mainstream. As you guys can see, all the videos that I've shown you here today barely even have over 200 views. Nobody's paying attention to this stuff here that we're paying attention to at CYPRX. So let's share screen. Let's go in, and I want you to listen to what this gentleman says. Again, you're going to need to tweak your volume a little bit because it is relatively low. So take a second and listen. I put on the subtitles for you guys, so maybe you can read them a little bit. Let's try and zoom in.
So, I believe that one of the fundamental advantages of stablecoin gives you is this ability to effectively integration of financial industry it's at the leveraging technology for value transfer and also massive product mobility, and that in itself will lead to a lot of different use cases that will manifest themselves in the next few years. So I believe that at the moment, the crypto ecosystem is the primary use case for stablecoins at the moment, very much dollar dominated, doesn't matter if it's dollar dominated. We know that in global trade, the currency concentration of dollars is around 60%. That's 60% euro, and then it fragments into other currencies. So as there's more of a convergence between crypto products or payments towards the real world, we're going to see the increase of non-dollar.
Okay, I just want to let's break this down. So look at what he says right here. He says, as there's more of a convergence between crypto and payments, keep in mind what I just showed you from the Australian government literally listing XRP and using it as an example as a means of payment or an exchange via a gift card, right? Showing you guys in just those previous video breakdowns how Ripple representatives are talking about their partnerships between banks and financial institutions. The individual from Persist going on to mention how they're building out EVM sidechains to develop the DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL. And they're also working on or with central banks and financial institutions. You guys heard that. And here you have the SVP of stablecoins sitting in on the same panel discussion with the Ripple logo right behind this gentleman talking about the convergence between crypto becoming integrated into the payment system. Listen a little bit further. I just wanted to break that down because I know it's hard to hear his audio.
Products or payments towards the real world, we're going to see the increase of non-dollar stablecoins, and therefore you will start to see more interaction with euro stablecoins. You start to see the stablecoins increasing proliferation. And you know what was exciting about the previous panel is showing how in 2024 we're actually at a point where films start to get mass market adoption, mass market integration through the infrastructure providers starting to track their notions to help them use that. So this is something like the
right? So he just talked about infrastructure providers are starting to create an environment that is going to lead to mass market adoption. He physically said that. You guys can see that right here. Mass market adoption. It's right there on the screen. Okay. He's sitting on the stage with the SVP of stablecoins at Ripple. Okay. And I've shown you guys all the connections that Ripple has with governments all across the world, literally them utilizing XRP as an example on the Australian government website. Now let's take a second and let's listen to Brad Garlinghouse just to end this here, confirm at the Davos 2024 meeting this year on a CNBC interview, discuss and talk about with the panelist how he sees Ripple as an infrastructure provider. And then we'll cut it there. So take a second and listen to Brad G. Let's turn that up for you guys.
The key areas, but look, Ripple at its core is a blockchain infrastructure company serving enterprises. We started with payments and financial institutions. We've moved into custody, a lot of overlap with those same financial institutions, but we're going to expand with that same thematic of infrastructure, enterprise-based, that served us well.
And what are your...
See what I'm saying? Okay, so hopefully pieces of the puzzle are starting to pick up. Speculate on it as you will. I'm attempting to show you guys that to some degree, Ripple is going to play a massive role as an infrastructure provider. You've seen multiple panelists talk about how they're partnered with central banks across the board. You've seen documents, you've seen websites from governments discuss and talk about the digital asset XRP. I cannot stress enough that not only is Ripple going to be a major infrastructure provider, but in my personal opinion, so is Hedera and so is the XDC network, as I covered them at the beginning of the video breakdown. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. We do appreciate the love and the support. As always, bringing you guys the realest information. Hardly anybody is watching these views. Look at this video. This video is 119 views. This video 62 views. This video 148. And we're dropping videos like this in the CYPRX Discord all the time for our individual participants in the private community to tap into. So as always, if you guys want a piece of that pie, CYPRXtrading.com, check us out. We'd love to have you on the team. Many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant out there. Be aware. Stay blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.